G'day, mate. How you going? Welcome to our beautiful Emerald Coast. Out here in the bush, both the fauna and the flora are unique and fascinating to observe. Oh, I'm Robin, by the way.
Just call him Robbo. Why do you sound like a tourist guide, Robbo? I'm Sophia. Sure, this region is a beaut, but it's also bloody fragile.
Too true. That's why we're stoked you're here to work with us.
But there's no rule that says you can't have fun at work, eh? You game? Where did the ute drop you off exactly? Anyway, you're not far from my station. Why don't you climb the fire lookout tower that's close by and see for yourself? From there, you'll see clearly where things are.
It may not look like it, but you're on private land. This belongs to Soph and her husband.
We run a station, a farm, and Robbo's own land is north of here.
Australia's a massive country, as you know, so it's not uncommon for folks to own huge properties that sprawl over kilometres.
Across several biomes, even. That's why we need to hire professional hunters like yourself. I reckon you won't get bored. So, how are you holding up at the fire lookout tower? Quite the workout, eh?
Good on you. You almost made it. Once you're up there, take a moment to breathe and enjoy the view. The outback. That's one of the first things they think about overseas when they hear Australia.
It's arid and it can be tough out here, especially after the bushfires in the last few years.
But it's also a surprisingly rich ecosystem, home to heaps of unique and sometimes bizarre species.
Did you spot my station from up there? Then please, come and get settled in. Sorry I can't be there to greet you in person today. I'm out on a hunt too.
Yeah, that's a roo if ever I've seen one. Be careful. Could be tough to hit a vital organ when they're on the move.
What is there to say about us? Well, Robbo and I are neighbours.
Neighbours? How about best mates?
Technically, we're also neighbours, Robbo. But yeah, we both grew up here. Our folks owned the two stations.
In other words, we became mates because there wasn't anyone else around.
You even lived in Brisbane for a few years after uni to try to get rid of me, but even that wasn't enough.
too right. We tried everything. A long-distance friendship, crazy jobs, stupid boyfriends.
And jealous girlfriends. As a last resort, we each got married. Nothing worked.
Except one thing. Having a kiddo. That worked wonders. Anyway, let us know when you're over at Soph Station.
These tracks, you can follow them, but don't forget to also look up and observe what's in front of you. Welcome to my station. It's quiet at the moment, but it can get a little too busy around here sometimes. I reckon it's sort of a hangout for our community. We even have board game nights sometimes. Anyway, your cabin's ready. I've prepared everything for you. Hope you like it. It's a bit basic, but it does the job. Feel free to use it during your stay. It's our pleasure, really. Eric and I opened these a couple of years ago to make an extra buck. They've been a lifesaver. Take your time, make yourself at home. Grab a cuppa from the bar. We don't make a fuss out here in the sticks. If you're ready, we can get started. Wait, would you mind grabbing something before you head out? It's a book Robbo lent me ages ago.
A book? Which one? The one on imposter syndrome or the one on kangaroos?
The kangaroo one, yeah. I left it in the bar. You can't miss it, mate. Right, that's the book. Great job, you're the best. I'm flat out right now, so I reckon you'll visit Robbo's shelter before I do. You have no idea how stoked Robbo will be when he gets it. Your first task has to do with kangaroos. There are areas that are badly overgrazed because of them. There's one east of my station, so why don't you start heading there? We'll bring you up to speed on the way. Since I reckon you're not familiar with roos yet, here's a bit of context. Later, we know you can do your own thing. We have the eastern grey kangaroos around here. You'll find them in the outback, of course, but also in grassy bushlands.
They're a very important species in Australia, but they don't have a lot of natural predators. So they can easily be in overabundance and cause overgrazing. They can make life heaps harder for other animals and throw the whole ecosystem out of whack.
Not to mention the economic impact on our stations. Can't say it's been too good for the last couple of years.
Your best bet is to climb a fire lookout tower. Another workout for your calves, I'm afraid. Great. How's the view? Take out your binoculars and try to spot a kangaroo from up there, for starters. They usually roam the outback, so you should be able to spot one. If you can't see any close by, you'll have to get out in the bush and track them down. Good. Ain't it beautiful? But before you start, there's a couple of things you need to know about kangaroo shooting.
We have strict shooting regulations in Australia. What's legal or not to shoot? What's the right caliber and ammo for each species? Robbo, did you submit the codex entries for our local species?
Right, just finished them last night. If you want to know more about the roo or any other animal, it's all in there.
Oh, give us a call. Either way, we know you'll do your due diligence before you plan your next hunt.
The roo's mostly what we're known for overseas. That and deadly spiders. And fair enough, it's a very important cultural icon for us. But it's also a fascinating creature. Can be both aggro or skittish. As a marsupial, it displays unique behaviours and movement patterns that you won't find in any other species. Just one example. Don't try disturbing kangaroos at close range, or they'll know how to get rid of you.
It's time to introduce you to one of your main tasks here, invasive species and pest culling. We have heaps of them in Australia. Some are native, quite a few were introduced. They come in all shapes and sizes. I'll show you my tea fields. You'll see the mess pests can do and why they're a major problem to both the ecosystem and the economy. I've tagged the location on your hunter, mate. Can't wait to see you in action. Talk later. Oh, and as agreed, to help you in your task, our Hunters Association is happy to offer you a varmint rifle. You can just go collect it yourself. I've left it at an outpost close to where you're going.